going to show you how quick and easy it is to make an applique using Brothers Scan and Cut. It's pretty simple. Let's begin. First, I'm starting off with a pattern from Planet Appliqué. I purchased several different things and I got this actually for free. And I'm zooming in on the pattern so you can see what it looks like. I printed this off in my software and just cut it out to little pieces so that I can let my machine cut it out, which you're going to see that's pretty simple. Now we're going to go into the Brother Scan and Cut and begin with the scan. Now I want to scan the data and I'm just going to press scan and now let my machine run. Right now it's just scanning the entire mat, and soon you will see that it will be on my screen so I can manipulate the shapes. Now that I have it on my screen, I'm just going to use the trace function and pull the arrows together just to outline exactly what I need. You really can't tell, but it's there. So I'm going to save it to my USB, and it says that my number is 28, so I need to remember that. So then I'm going to go back to my home page, then patterns, save data. I'm now going to retrieve it and I need to find number 28, and there it is. So I press OK. I go into a second window, and now what I'm trying to do is locate any extra pieces that I don't need. And as you can see, I'm rocking the camera, but I'm just deleting any extra pieces that's there that I really don't need or that I really don't want for it to cut my fabric. So I'm going through and I'm just going to delete anything else. Then once I'm done, I'm going to move the pieces around on my mat so I know exactly where to put my fabric. And if you had any other cutters, it's very similar to that. Press OK. Now I'm going to load my fabric on. You want to make sure that you have some kind of adhesive on the back. So I'm just using Heat and Bond Light. And I have a brayer that I'm going to smooth out my fabric so it's not bubbling up. So I'm just going to scan my fabric and put that inside the machine so I know exactly where I'm going to cut my applique pieces. So right now my machine is moving and scanning the mat again to see where my fabric is. So just in a few seconds it's going to appear. And as you can see, there are some applique pieces plus the fabric. So I'm just going to move them around. This is the best way to get rid of all of your tiny little scraps that you have lying around. So I'm just moving everything around. There's another function in here so that you can move the little pieces that you really could barely get your stylus on. So you'll go to the spot that has the triangle, circle, and square, and then you can actually move them with the arrows, which is really nice because when you have tiny little pieces, you want to ensure that you're cutting on the fabric and not your mat. So now that I have everything together, I'm just going to press OK, then OK again, and now I'm going to cut the fabric. You want to make sure you check the chart to ensure that your speed and depth of the blade is correct. Now I am just sewing on my SC400. I decided to use this small embroidery machine because it's just easier to get to and to videotape. So once that's done, I actually skipped the tack down portion just because I don't need it, because my M fits exactly inside and there wasn't a zigzag stitch. So the zigzag stitch wasn't until the satin stitch. So I just kind of skipped that. I put some water soluble on top, and here we go. Continue to work in that same manner. Placement line, tack down, and then satin stitch. One recommendation is that you test it out on felt or extra fabric that you have lying around, because the satin stitch sometimes can run really thin, and if you don't get enough around it, then your project won't look as nice. So please check it out before you run it on your final project, because you can always increase the applique pieces in Brother Scan and Cut. That's the easy part. And as you can see, I'm finishing up. So if you have any questions about my project or the Brother Scan and Cut, please let me know.